Hi, guys. So, today I would like to reflect on fatherhood. Um, Such a blessing to be called a father, but even more to be fathered. You know, um, what do you remember of your dad? For those of you whose dads are still alive, what are the things that your fathers have taught you? For those of us whose fathers have gone to be with the Lord, what are the things you remember about your father? I know with my dad, he taught me the value of education. I remember him emphasizing to us how powerful education is and how he really wanted us to pursue education with all manner of diligence. The other thing he was so passionate about was timekeeping, and I'm trying to learn to be a very good timekeeper. I'm still in the works. Then the other thing, he always was so passionate about the news and being informed, and so whenever he would come back home and they would find us maybe watching an old movie, he would say, "Hey, what was on the news? What happened? You need to always know what's going on," and so on and so forth. So, what do you remember about your dad? What are those small, untold secrets that he used to share, or that they have shared with you? Fathers play such an important role in forming who we are, especially as sons. We learn to be fathers, we learn to be men by looking and watching. Monkey see, monkey do. What did your father teach you? And if you don't have a father, what did the men in your lives teach you? I have a couple of lessons that I recall. One was Pastor Chris Komagum, who calls me Sonny up to now, and big up to you, Pastor Chris Komagum. I remember he was the first person to tell me, "Sonny, I love you." And it just didn't make sense to me because I'd never had those words articulated to me as a young man. And it was such a powerful thing that I've never forgotten today, that I am loved. I remember Uncle Grace Murindwa, Dr. Grace Murindwa, really, teaching me that, when you're wearing your trousers as a young man, he was my pediatrician. I went to visit him one time and he said, "No, you do not step on the bed. You step right down and wear your trousers." Small lessons that meant and continue to mean such a great deal to us. How to walk, how to eat. I remember this one occasion, my dad taught me how to. He asked me, "Do you have a signature?" And I'm like, "No, I don't have a signature." He said, "No, you must have a signature." So he said, "Now go and practice your signature." And so I looked at his signature, the way he used to write his, and I started practicing my signature. And by and large, I have made a few alterations, but I haven't departed from the signature that my father taught me. Respect for people, among other things. And this is what God teaches us as well. God is our Father. He teaches us to be responsible for the environment. He teaches us to be responsible over the children that He has blessed us with. He teaches us to step up, to do what is right. He teaches us to be priests in the home, praying over our children, praying over our people. I remember in those days when I was still at home and my mother used to come early in the morning and say, "Let's pray together, let's pray together." Those are some of the things that we take for granted, but they mean quite a lot to us. So God is our Father, and He teaches us to be fathers. He teaches us to be responsible. But most of all, God requires of us to take dominion over the earth. Dominion over the earth. In everything that we do, in taking the earth for His glory. taking the earth for his glory, taking the world, being his representative on this earth. God expects us to be the people who stand in battle against the forces of the enemy, and he doesn't expect us to do this alone, and that is why we gather in churches to support one another and to learn from each other, protect one another, look out for each other, advise each other, and then strategize, because the mission is to make disciples of all nations. And indeed, the best vehicle to do that is through the church. Are you a member of a church? Do you take time to go to church? What do you do on Sundays? What do you do during the week? Church is that avenue. Pastor Bugembe calls it a hospital. Apostle Mose has coined the word church begins on Monday, Sunday is garage time. So garage, what is ideally church? Garage is where you get renewed, rebuilt, and rejuvenated. So I'd like to encourage you, take dominion. And as you take dominion, do not give up the habit of meeting with one another. Do not give up the habit of seeking advice, being discipled as you disciple others. That is what the Lord requires of us. So that at the end of the day, when you have served your purpose in this generation, you can rest well, such that he will tell us, well done, good and faithful servant. God bless you.